Deep in the dark waters of the Amazon, one of the world's most powerful predators is about to make a dangerous mistake. A jaguar drops from a branch above the river, striking from the canopy and locking onto its target. Beneath the murky surface, a violent struggle erupts. The jaguar tries to secure its grip at the nape, but hard scales and frantic movement keep the bite from setting properly. For several seconds, the predator fights for control. Then the opportunity disappears. The jaguar surfaces alone. It shakes the water from its coat and pauses beneath the trees. The hunt has failed, but the predator has not given up. Because somewhere along this river, another opportunity is coming. From an earthen den hidden along the bank, a family of giant otters emerges. One after another, they pour into the river. They move together, hunting fish, communicating constantly, and following the rhythm of the group. For them, the river is not simply a place to find food. It is home. Then one otter separates from the others. It climbs onto a floating log in the middle of the river, settles down, and begins grooming itself. Its belly is exposed. Its attention is elsewhere. And for a predator watching from the shadows, this is exactly the moment it has been waiting for. The jaguar's eyes sharpen. It has spotted the lone otter. Without making a sound, the jaguar climbs down the riverbank and slips into the water. It does not rush. Instead, it dives deep and hugs the riverbed, using the dark, cloudy water as a screen. The otter never sees it coming. For several seconds, the jaguar moves beneath the surface, closing the distance. Then everything happens at once. The jaguar bursts onto the log. The otter folds its body and drops into the river just as the claws tear through empty air. The chase begins. Underwater, the otter cuts sharply from side to side, zigzagging through the current to break the jaguar's line. But the jaguar keeps coming. It does not lose focus. It accelerates. And this time, the predator gets what it wants. The jaguar catches the otter, secures its grip, and turns toward the bank. It appears to be over. But then a cry cuts through the river. The family has heard the distress call. And within moments, the entire group is coming. Dozens of giant otters tear through the water, moving directly toward the jaguar. There is no hesitation, no retreat. They swarm the predator from every direction. The jaguar snarls and lashes out with its claws while refusing to release its prey. But the pressure never stops. One otter attacks. Another closes in. Then another. The jaguar is surrounded. Its greatest advantage, raw power, is being challenged by something completely different. Numbers. The struggle reaches the shoreline. The jaguar tries to hold its position, but it cannot defend itself from every direction while carrying an otter in its jaws. The family keeps pressing forward. The predator that entered this river as the hunter is slowly becoming the hunted. The chaotic battle spills back into the water. The jaguar is now surrounded by open jaws and fast-moving bodies. Every attempt to escape brings another attack. And eventually, the cost becomes too high. The jaguar releases its prey. It fights its way toward the shore and finally pulls itself onto land. A long wound cuts across its shoulder. The otters stop at the water's edge. They have driven the predator away. But this was not a victory without consequences. The injured otter has suffered too. And the entire family has spent enormous energy defending one of its own. So what actually decided this confrontation? It was not that the jaguar suddenly became weak. Quite the opposite. A jaguar is built for a single, committed attack. It closes the distance, delivers a powerful bite, and uses its shoulders and forequarters to control the prey. Pound for pound, its bite is among the most powerful of the big cats. But that strategy depends on one thing: control. If the jaguar can isolate its target, the fight can end in seconds. The problem is that the giant otters never allowed the jaguar to keep that advantage. And the jaguar was not completely out of its element. In fact, among the big cats, it is the one most comfortable around water. It swims extremely well. It can hunt fish and turtles and is even capable of attacking caiman beneath the surface. So when the jaguar slipped into the murky river to approach the log, it was not acting recklessly. It was using familiar ground. But water changes the cost of failure. On land, a failed ambush can still leave a jaguar with the option of a sudden sprint. In water, a failed ambush becomes a chase. And chasing is exactly where the giant otter has the advantage. Their webbed feet push them through the current. Their long tails work like rudders. Their streamlined bodies allow them to turn rapidly and disappear into the water. The jaguar may be an excellent swimmer, but the otter belongs here. And then there is their greatest weapon: communication. Giant otters are highly vocal animals. They use different calls for alarm, aggression, contact, and reassurance. One distress call can transform a lone animal into an entire family within seconds. Suddenly, the jaguar is no longer dealing with one opponent. It is dealing with the entire group. That changes the mathematics of the hunt. The strongest individual does not always win when the weaker animals cooperate.